A while back, I shared an emotional video celebrating a huge milestone, and that was hitting 1,000 subscribers. Now that video ended with me unboxing what I consider to be my Timex Grail, the Galli S2. Now since then, the channel's grown, more stories, more watches, and a lot more memories. But this watch, it's still here. It's still on my wrist, it's still surprising me the more I look at it. And some watches just look good online. But for me, I think the Galli S2, it wears even better. So after months of real world use, I'm ready to say it. I think the Timex Galli S2 isn't just a great watch, it's a modern classic. In this video, I'm gonna show you exactly why. Welcome to Wrist Unwound, where we tell stories that the timepieces can't say out loud. And today we're gonna be doing a deep dive review of the Giorgio Galli S2 Automatic, one of the most elegant, unexpected watches I've ever added to my collection. Now, if you're new here, we break down watches using the 10S watch review format. Everything from the story to the specs, strap, shine, sentiment. Then we wrap it all up with a simple should you buy it scale. So that'll help you decide if this is worth your time and your money. So let's get into it. So to talk about this watch, let's talk about the story. Now, Timex is a brand that's rooted in this blue collar history. They're accessible, they're reliable, and they're proudly unpretentious. Now, the Galli S2 isn't just another field watch or reissue in the line. I think the Galli series in general is a symbol of what Timex could become. Beginning with the Galli S1, moving to this Galli S2, and there's also a Galli S2 Titanium. You see, all of these are named after the brand's longtime creative director, Giorgio Galli. And I think these pieces, they blend together this timeless design with some serious technical refinement. You see, this is a Swiss-built Timex, powered by a Sellita movement. And it's the kind of watch that whispers elegance without a single shout. Talking about that Sellita movement, let's get into the specs. So like I said, it's a Sellita SW200 movement. It's a 38mm case diameter with 11mm thick. The watch is about 77.9 grams with a strap, which is about the weight of a tennis ball. And it's about 48.2 grams without the strap, which is closer to a golf ball. The stainless steel has some inserted titanium components, has a dome sapphire crystal with this anti-glare coating. It's absolutely gorgeous, very difficult to photograph, but an incredible watch. Like I said, the Swiss-made Sellita SW200-1 automatic movement is gonna have 26 joules, 41-hour power reserve, 50 meters of water resistant. It also has an exhibition case back, so you're able to see that movement. Now, the strap is absolutely incredible. We'll get into that a little bit later. It's gonna come with an 18mm lug width, which, pros and cons, it's a very accessible one, not as good as 20, but it fits the watch really well. Now, this watch, when you look at these specs, this is not your average Timex. Not only is it Swiss crafted, but the attention to detail and the focus put into this watch, it is like nothing we've ever seen from the line. And I understand in interviews they say it's the most Timex ever, but really this is a watch that Timex has never seen. But I think this is a direction of where it's gonna be going into the future. Now, let's talk about some of the style aspects of it. So from the moment you see it, the Galli S2 radiates a certain restraint. With the dial being black, it's minimal, it's almost like meditative. The stainless steel hour markers that rise very subtly, I think adds just an entire incredible new dimension of the watch. No numerals, no clutter. It's just really just harmonious. The case is truly where I think it really stands out. It's sculpted in the stainless steel with the skeletonized structure, and it has these titanium inserts. It looks like it belongs in like a museum of design, but somehow it's still very wearable. It's not really distracting, and it's like humble. It's one of those things that the closer you look, the more you notice, but when you don't look, it just kind of blends in. This is a perfect watch, especially for date nights, especially for something formal, but honestly, you could wear it anywhere because it just has this certain subtleness, this certain minimalism to it that's incredible. Now, when it comes to similarities, I think in terms of feel, you can get into some certain Nomos watches. There's also like other minimalist watches, but under $1,000, it really lives in its own rare air. It's not pretending to be luxury, but it's redefining of what it even means at this price point. And so there are other watches that you might get a similar taste to, but they're gonna be 10 times more expensive. So at the price point, I don't really think there's too many similarities. The other things within the brand, you're also looking at the S1 line. Now the difference between the S2 and the S1 to me is the movement is gonna be a lot more premium with the S2. The S1, what you are gonna get is a lot more different colorways. So whether it be the Everness green, the Atlantic blue, That one also comes in a couple different case sizes. So they have a 38 and I think it's a 41 as well. But yes, so within the line, you do have the S1 series, and then outside of the line, for the price point, there's not a lot of similarities to a watch of this stature. Now, one of the things that makes this watch incredibly special is gonna be the strap, because they put a lot of work and focus into it. It's made of an NBR synthetic rubber. It's gonna be soft, it's gonna be supple, it's gonna be surprisingly elegant from what people expect from Timex. It has a deploying clasp, which is solid stainless steel, and it feels very premium to the touch. And most would not expect this coming from Timex. And it's kind of heavy relative. That's why you can see that weight difference when you're looking at the watch when I was talking about the specs. I think it really hugs the wrist, wears comfortably all day, and it adds this seamless modern design. It's kind of like if an Apple Watch strap could meet Orology. It's something that's just uniquely different. Now, it also has that 18mm lug width, so it's gonna be easily swappable if you want something else. And I think this is a really great strap that fits a lot of different wrist sizes and wrist styles. Now, when we get to subdials, when it comes to complication, this watch is pure. There's none. It's just a clean three-handed timekeeping device. No date, no complications. I think that that's intentional. I've never got to meet or talk to Giorgio Galli, but I feel like he didn't want to distract from the symmetry or just the philosophy behind this piece. Because sometimes I think the absence of something can also speak louder. And this watch is truly just beautiful in its own simplicity. Now, when we get to shine, I think the finishing in some ways is kind of nuanced. It's a mix of brushed and polished surfaces that really can play with the light beautifully. Now, the sapphire dome adds like a sense of depth to the watch. It also has that transparent exhibition case back and is framed in titanium that lets you know and lets you see that Solita movement and let it just kind of do its thing. I don't think in any way this watch is flashy, but it's undeniably elevated. Now, it doesn't have any lume, but I think that's kind of expected with a watch of this style. And I think lume would really take away from that beautiful dial. Now, when it comes to shortcomings, if I had to nitpick, I would say probably the 50 meters of water resistance, but I don't think that's really a deal breaker. At the price point, 100 meters would have been nice. But yeah, and then I guess for some people, the rubber strap might be something they don't like, but to me, I think it's an excellent choice. But I guess when you're paying that much money, it'd be awesome to have like a bracelet option or maybe like a premium leather just to came with it. Now, if you do get the new S2, which is the S2 titanium, it does come on a bracelet. So if you really want to pay a little bit extra, you can check that one out. But that one has a silver dial instead of a black dial. But yeah, I don't really have a lot of complaints. It's kind of hard to find fault with this piece. I really think it's really thoughtfully made and something that you should check out. Now we go to sentiments. Personal sentiment, like I said before, this watch is incredibly meaningful to me because this watch marked an incredible milestone on my collecting journey and in my social media journey. But I think that this is a watch that anyone can find some joy in. It doesn't demand attention, but I think it really earns it. And when you have it in hand and you see it in person, it's even that much better. It reminds me, and I think it can remind a lot of people, that beauty doesn't always have to shout. Elegance can come from proportion, from material, from intention, not price tags, and not just from expensive brands. Every time I wear this piece, I'm reminded of how far this channel's come, how far I've come, and really how far Timex has come and how far all of us have to go. And so I love a watch that has meaning, and this watch is tied to a lot of meaning. It makes me think of you every time I wear it, anyone who's watched or supported the channel. But that's me. You're probably asking, so what? So I think that this watch is an absolute modern classic. And the reason why, I think this watch is a turning point, and particularly for Timex, but I think it's also a turning point for how we define value in mechanical watches. This watch is not a homage in any way. It's trying to be itself, and that's incredibly special in a world in which brands just keep going to reissue homages, and we've kind of lost a lot of design language from brands. This is a unique piece with its own unique design that I think in the future we will look back on and it's an instantly collectible piece. I feel like this watch brought to life a form and feel that is both fresh and familiar. Now, if you're looking for a watch that pairs easily with a suit and with a t-shirt, something that's refined, it's mechanical, but it's quietly iconic, this is it. This watch sold out pretty quickly, and I think the next version is also going to sell out pretty quickly. And when we look back and see where Timex is going, this is going to be one of those foundational pieces that shows the transition from just a everyday affordable brand that makes the Iron Man and the Easy Reader to its step into horological circles and places of respect. So I think that when we look back in this watch, it's gonna be one that people really want. It's gonna be highly collectible. So it goes into the question that you're probably asking, should you buy it? Here's where it lands on my wrist on one scale, from a 1 to a 7. And for the first time on the channel, I'm gonna give a watch a 7. This is a watch that you should sell everything but your soul to get, because I think this is a must-own masterpiece. It's one of the best modern watches that you can get for under $1,000. No questions asked. And this is a watch that I feel like is gonna be instantly collectible. Now, I don't think you should ever invest in a watch, but there are sometimes you just have a feeling that a watch is gonna be worth more in the future. And this is one of those watches. So if you can get one, I would get it, hold on to it, and worst case, you could sell it for a profit in the future. That's just my take, but what do you think? If this review helped you, I do have an affiliate link to other watches. You can't get this one because it's already sold out. But the best thing that you can actually do is actually just subscribe. And if you already subscribed, leaving a comment or liking the video really does help the YouTube algorithm. It helps this video get to other people. And maybe if you know someone who's looking at this watch, send it to them. But if you've done all those things and you still want to find another way to support the channel, check out one of the videos that are going to be popping up right around here, because YouTube algorithm lords have decided that this video is going to be perfect for you. But for everything there's a season, and for every watch a story, thanks for sharing this one with me. God bless, and I'll see you next time. Peace.